It's chalk seats, which is pretty sick.
And the blue one, what's the blue one? What is it?
Sharp blue.
Okay.
With the chalk gray two-tone interior.
And what model is it?
That's a 992 Targa 4S. These are both 4Ss, both 992s.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Griff, and you know what it is. Listen, we're gonna park the car today and we're gonna have a conversation. So hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and definitely hit that thumbs up. It promotes the video. Let's roll. What's going on, guys? Listen, we're gonna try and keep it quick this week. It's your man Griff. Listen, I just want to get into a conversation that I've been having with a ton of people regarding this pricing, and I'm not going to rehash it. I think the pricing conversation is old. It's only been a week or so ago, but it's old conversation at this point. It is what it is. But listen, what I really want to get into is the fact that a lot of folks are, they're letting Griff know, hey, listen, I'm out, left and right, I'm out. Griff, for what it costs and the way I'm going to build this thing, I'm out. I've always wanted a Porsche 911, whether it's, we're going to get into those Porsche models in a minute, but a lot of guys' thought process is, I've always wanted a Porsche, but I never wanted to spend the Porsche money. However, if the Z06, is a six-figure car now, and the way in which I want to build my car out is basically going to take me to that 911 money, well, I've mentally and emotionally committed to getting something at this point. So some of those folks are saying, you know what, I'm in too deep. Now, these are folks that, obviously can afford to shake a couple extra grand and, move themselves up a tier in the pricing, get into that 120, 130, 140 range. So some of these folks are basically saying, you know what, the Z06 is cool. The performance aspects are fantastic. Haven't had an opportunity to actually get their hands on a car and physically, feel it, test it, drive it. But they have experienced a Porsche before. So a lot of those folks are basically saying, you know what, I'm out, I'm done, I'm going to transfer over and I'm going to get a Porsche. Now, I'm going to talk about different models and, take a look at, some of the starting pricing, but I just am very curious to see what a lot of you guys are thinking in terms of whether or not you're going to transition. Me, I've never been a Porsche guy. I did visit a dealer to check a couple things out, and I got to tell you guys something. I sat in a few cars. Over the years, they've started to grow on me a little bit. We were actually looking at a Panamera at one point. The wife and I, we ended up getting an Audi and not an R8. We ended up getting an A8 at that time, just because it was bigger and it had more room in the back seats. But I was looking at the Panamera, so it spiked my interest. But some of the 911s have also, grown on your man Griff a little bit. So I actually do like the car. I'm a Corvette guy, lifelong Corvette guy. So, it's kind of where my heart is, but I cannot count out the 911 series. I sat in them. I checked a couple out. I haven't driven them yet, but from what I've seen so far, it's a pretty solid car. And in terms of leg room, fit for like a bigger guy, taller guy, you're not going to have any of those problems that you might potentially have in a Corvette, depending on, your height and width. There's plenty of room in the Porsche. So very curious to see what folks in the comments are thinking in terms of, are they actually going to transition from the Z06 over to a 911 of some sort? Now, I will tell you guys this, the same process that exists with the Z06, that same thing lies with a 911. So if you think that you're just going to take your dollars and go to a Porsche dealer and say, hey, I think I want to get a 911, it's not going to be too easy. So let's check this stuff out, or either this way, I'm not really sure which way the video is coming in, but let's go check this stuff out and get a little bit more information. All right, guys, let's get into it. Listen, since I don't know exactly what 911 you're talking about, let's take a look at a few of them, okay? So the first thing we have is we have a 911 Carrera, all right? The starting price is $106. Then we've got a 911 Carrera 4. Starting price is $113. Then we move into the 911 Carrera S, which starts at $123. From there, we advance to the 911 Carrera 4S, which starts at $130. Then we move to the 911 Carrera GTS at $142. Then we finally transitioned to the 911 Carrera 4S GTS, which is $149,900. Listen, now beyond that, guys, we get to the 911 GT3 starting at $169,000. And then the 911 GT3 with the touring package also starting at $169,000. That's the big boy. All right, guys, so listen, I took an opportunity to visit a Porsche dealership just to get some more information on the car. Now, Griff is a diehard Corvette guy, but it's not to say that I wouldn't be interested in Porsche. Like I said, over the years, they've piqued my interest more. So I actually do like the car now, and after sitting in it, it's actually a pretty sweet ride. So I got nothing bad to say about the Porsche, but I'm still a Corvette guy. Now listen, guys, here's the thing. I had read something on the internet that suggested that if you do not own a Porsche 911 today, you cannot get a 911 GT3. It's not really true. You can get on a list, but you may be waiting for quite a long time. Now, just like anything else in business, if you have a 911, it becomes a tremendous bargaining chip. You guys may have heard me talk about that with the Stingray. It's a bargaining chip, so it lends itself to more opportunity to be able to get that GT3 if that's what you're looking for, if you have something to trade in. If you don't, you're going to go on the list just like everybody else, and the waiting game starts, and you may end up waiting a bit for that car. But it's not necessarily true. I thought it was something that was documented from Porsche that basically says if you don't have one, the process is just very different. But it turns out it's just business. But at this particular Porsche dealership, new car inventory just like anybody else's, very slim. They didn't have much in the showroom. They had some pre-owned stuff. However, the pre-owned stuff was very nice and low mileage. So check out your local Porsche dealerships if that's what you guys are interested in. But for those that are pivoting, you may want to start the process soon. Okay? So I had a chance to peek around a little bit, guys, and look what I saw sitting at the back of the Porsche lot. Now, I don't know if somebody traded in this brand new car, but it says this car is not for sale. So I don't know, but it's sitting in the back of the Porsche lot. So somebody might be pivoting out of their Stingray into a Porsche. But for those that are curious about the difference in color between the white and the ceramic matrix gray, there's your white, and there's Griff's ceramic matrix gray. Okay, so there are some differences in the color. That was a convertible. The convertibles are very nice. I happen to like the coupe myself, and personally, I think Griff's car looked a little bit better than that one. So that's where we are with this, guys. All right, so there you have it, guys. Listen, I want to know if you're staying or are you going, right? Are you going to stay on the Z06 list, or are you moving on to the 911? I also want to know in those comments, guys, what 911 are you looking at? Because there's a bunch of them, and I have no idea what folks are actually looking for. So let me know in the comments, one, if you're going to stay or if you're going to go. Two, if you're going to go, I want to know what Porsche you guys are looking at. And I can tell you this, if it's that GT3, ooh, that's a tough one to get your hands on. That's almost as tough as, it may be more tough than getting a Z06 right now. But I'm very curious to see what model you guys are looking at. And if you're already on some type of Porsche list, like anything else that exists right now, guys, there's a list if you want the good stuff. So 3 things: staying or you going? 2, what Porsche 911 are you looking at? And 3, are you even on a reservation list for a 911? It's your man Griff. Let's check in next week. Peace.